So hello everyone and welcome to this space, and what we're going to be working with in this transmission is we're going to be going even deeper, really deep into the self-sacrifice imprint, which exists in many forms and formats, and that's what we're going to go into. And what we're doing now, as we always work and always have work, is with everything that we're bringing into this energetic containment is being witnessed with neutrality. Every part, every ancestor has a chance to be heard, seen, and and to remember at all times that all perspectives are equal and valid. Every experience is equal and valid, and that's all we have to remember as we do this work of liberation. As we do this work of integrating ourselves, as we do this work of, integrating and liberating the ancestral bloodlines. So as we talk about all this, there's just a witnessing of it. There's no judgment of whether we've been it or whether our parents have been it or our grandparents have been. There's just absolutely, we're going to come into a state of pure witnessing of it. And if we do get triggered, then in this container I'll assist you to work with that and release that energy. So we're looking at the imprint of self-sacrifice. And of course the imprint of self-sacrifice goes on to affect how we are in life, how we are in our relationships, and how we are in our business, and it directly affects our abundance. And it affects the quality of our relationships, the dynamics of our relationships. So again, I repeat that, we're looking at the self-sacrifice imprint. And the self-sacrifice imprint is born out of not enough. It's born out of the not enough environment. It's born out of the not enough experiences. So of course we're open to that in this group, that we understand, and we're dealing with epigenetics, we're dealing with the ancestral lines, and we're dealing with past lives. It's not just about this lifetime. So of course, when we say not enough has meant different things in different lifetimes. So it could have been not enough food. That was very popular going back a few hundred years ago, not enough food, not enough coal to put on the fires, not enough clothing, not enough shoes for the children, basically just not enough resources for the family unit. And when I work with this energy, I can pick a bit of business energy up, the older business models where there's not enough work to go around, there's not enough employment for everybody. But this one to me feels very paternal and a family dynamic energy of the self-sacrifice. But ultimately, this archetype is born out of the not enough environment, so lack and scarcity, and hard times and difficult times. So what I'm going to do now is just go around the different parts, the different ancestors, the different perspectives. So you will have the one that did the self-sacrificing. When I do these transmissions, I mainly feel my mother's energy. I mainly connect with the matriarchs, the females. I mainly connect with that energy. That usually it was the women that went without for the children, always put the children first. When I connect with the masculine energy around this, they were the ones that went to work, gave up, their freedoms, and worked very long hours to provide for the family, put a roof over. So I feel different energies when I go to the different lines. And so what we're going to have to do for this transmission, before I start bringing the light languages through, is go to each part and just give a little synopsis, a little explanation of like what was going on with each part. So the person that's doing the self-sacrifice, okay, whether this is the mother or the father, there's some energies get born out of that eventually. Because that person loves these others that they're making the sacrifices for, it starts off doing it willingly and it's coming from a good place. But ultimately, that person has parts, dreams, desires and aspects. And so parts of that person become frustrated, angry because they're the ones that are always having to go without. It can generate feelings of jealousy, envy and resentment when they see perhaps better off families or other people having the things that deep down they truly desire and they want, but feel that they can't have them because they're always having to sacrifice for the family, they're always having to sacrifice for the children, they're always having to be the back of the queue. It's that energy that we're tapping into, always being the one that's at the back of the queue. You know, if there's not enough food to go around, they're the one that will have the smaller portion. If there's not enough money to go around, they will forgo their things so that the bills get paid, and you know, and the more essential things get dealt with. Now again, something what that sets that person up for, apart from no judgment whatsoever, the development of frustration, anger, resentment. The very people that they're sacrificing for, the family unit and who they love and are trying to protect, eventually that anger, that resentment can build towards them and blame them and see them as the object and the reason for the self-sacrifice and the suffering and the going without. So that's that. Then the person doing the self-sacrifice, if they ever did come into abundance or circumstances change, these people tend to, and I know that my mother certainly experienced it and I've certainly experienced it, have this feeling around, oh, it's like it's wrong to spend a lot of money on yourself, it's selfish to put yourself first. I've had to contend in myself with feelings of guilt, especially if I'm looking at something that's purely for me and only I will benefit out of it. So for example, if I was looking at you know, an expensive crystal bowl or a crystal that I know is purely for the benefit of me, or perhaps obviously I know that it's not for the benefit of me, but you know, it benefits everybody, but in the immediate situation there'll be parts of me churning around about, oh, you know, should I really spend that amount of money on myself? I know the children could do with this, and it's that. So it's those energies come up of like, and then agonising after, oh, should I have brought it? I've even had the situation where I thought, oh, should I take it back to the shop? I know that I've definitely, when I've worked sessions with my mum and the mother bloodline, there's always been this like guilt, like need to hide it. If she bought a lipstick, that hide it in the top drawer, for example, because of the guilt associated with, you know, here we are, can't put food on the table, how dare you go out and buy yourself a little luxury like a lipstick. So it's tapping into all that energy as well. And like I say, these are personal energies, they're collective energies. We're here to obviously to lift and liberate them. And so of course so from that self-factor, these people don't know how to receive abundance properly, and you know, and so they're very difficult to receive. It's a difficult energy to receive. Now, one other part that I want to come to is the child in all of this, because what that sets the child up for is subconsciously it can see, the child can see, the children can see there's not enough for everybody, and they have a love for their parents, okay, and they can see that them having is meaning others have less, and that's being written down as a subconscious rule. And so as light workers, we take that out into the world. So for us to have more, we have this imprint coming from by watching the self-sacrifice model play out. We have this imprint and belief that for me to have more, you have to have less, others have to have less. It's this idea and concept that if I've got plenty of food, somewhere in the world someone's got a lot less. So again, there's this guilt, this subconscious guilt around having abundance, because it's this feeling that someone else somewhere is going to be in lack because I have so much. Okay, so it sets that child up for that one. It then also, what it sets up is this guilt, because as I said, for that child to have, say for all the presents for Christmas, it knows its parents have gone without, it's caused suffering to others. And another important imprint that affects in our relationships and as light workers is, from that angle, it makes us awkward to ask people for things, to ask for help, to ask for payment, to ask for monetary reward, because what it does is we associate asking for money causes others pain. And what we also do is, which is connected to the self-sacrifice imprint, is if we have no money ourselves or limited funds, and we know that it causes us pain to pay a bill, and it causes us pain to have a payment unexpected out of the blue, we recognise at a subconscious level that people like me are like me, yeah? And so we have the subconscious belief that if this causes me pain to be asked for money, I therefore must be causing them pain to be asking for money. Again, this is all going on at a subconscious level, a subliminal level. It's not all going on at these rule sets and belief systems and definitions and constructs of conduct, I call them, you know, that are set up in the subconscious. These unwritten rules are happening below awareness, but they drive our outward behaviours. So we have that, and then that child, obviously, because grows up, and those patterns will then go into their adult relationships. They're usually, you know, the same father like son, mother like daughter. We just repeat the family patterns. So what you get with the self-sacrifice is they tend to be the giver. So they'll give, and never really replenishing their own pot. So that is the energy we're dealing with around self-sacrifice, and what it's and it also causes, as I said, family conflict, relationship conflict. It causes all kinds of conflict. And if you look deep, and then we're stepping a little bit now outside of self-sacrifice, but there's not enough, which is the program that sits underneath the causation of the self-sacrifice, there's not enough drive so many destructive behaviours in our world. You know, competition, war, taking things from each other, just this whole concept, there's just not enough, this lack and scarcity that sits underneath all of this. And as you know, on this group, we've gone really deep into the lack and the scarcity and everything that's embedded within that. So we're going to keep this container around the self-sacrifice. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into channeling, light languages, some drumming, some rattle. We're going to start working with these energies, parts, and yeah, we're going to start to liberate and integrate. So when you're ready, take a nice deep breath, connect with all those parts of yourself that are in resonance with all of this, connect with those ancestors that are in resonance with all of this, because if you're in this space and you've listened this far, you are in phase resonance with it, and we're here to do the work to lift and liberate. So without further ado, we'll start bringing through what's needed for this energetic container, what's needed for all souls involved. Yesentiri Andrea so Toriandara Sodaria Manayanda Suriandara Sandaria Takarasi Borondare Star Takaraster Dos Takaramanagar Sondare Barayandos what Takarasiana Coras the bone the Guriana Marcasiana Ya Mariondo and the Korean day, Sumbai and the sea at the choir monarchy. And I so quality and my subalistical. ainda com mananate a soto cocheta que era sondo era para que ana tu Ambara sondara se ata ko sumana que stena ko Shumbarata que se ata ko Sesta que stena ko Pada que Esto custa. Ahí ando cu. Miasta kuona karasta. Ja, sta prestena kuat stena kristi. Hartstikke dat zondag, hartstikke stakkai en de goede kroos te wat kan zien en kan sta. Mian soy ondore asete beredi du Bakusu. Baga de stena, quatta que da stena, carata que da stena, quatta que da bomba, reta que se a de quatta que está grit que da sut quatta que da stena mo. Ja que stu. Bacata cana, pacunda. Ba ik hat ko. Sta. Rit catacunda. in the soya echo. You can't that's what I can do. Shanda Cristina ko. Så då kosia da se to kushman kilistia kushta kalestina kuat kristina ki. So I feel drawn to pause the transmission. Just pause the transmissions there. So what we're doing now is we're bringing in to the field, bringing in the codes of abundance. We're bringing in the codes of plenty. And what we're doing is, if you want to feel this happening, occurring here now, is we're bringing in the codes of abundance and plenty into this situation so that all parts concerned can end the grievances and conflicts and dynamics, because everybody can have, no one's got to self-sacrifice, no one's got to go without, no one else has got to be in lack and limitation, no one has to sit by and watch others have. There's no need for the jealousy, there's no need for the conflict, there's no need for the resentment. Everybody can have, and everybody can be together and be happy, not just at the family level but at the humanity level. Everybody can have, everybody can be happy, everybody can live in abundance, everybody can transcend to the new earth, the fifth dimensional level of looking at things, and truly everyone live in abundance. There is enough for everybody, so there is no need for war, there is no need for conflict, there is no need for competition, there is no need for jealousy, there is no need for envy, there is no need for any of that, because everybody has the power to manifest everything that they want. There is no lack, there is no limitation placed upon the family, there's no limitation placed upon humanity. And so we're going to bring in the codes for that. And now that in itself is a healing. Bringing in an abundance of resources, whatever that is for that family, whatever that is for that community, an abundance of resources, so that there is enough for everybody. No need for any of the behaviours that have gone before. No need for any of it. And that's a lot. That's why I can't put it all into English words. There's no need for many of the behaviours that I can see in the field that have occurred. There's no judgment. And so we're bringing in those codes of plenty, codes of abundance for everyone. For all parts, for all ancestors, for all of humanity. Och så shaktistia bosuta karastia mia karata karayata koyata karayata karakoriata karakoriata sushata karakoriata it uskara elia korokor istu kwatkar it could uskar it could isk at it's it gasat karastina wask. Feeling into that energy. I'm really being drawn to tell you what's going on. I've been drawn into that energy that everybody can have, that nobody has to go without. There is enough for everybody. Almost have that as your mantra as we're doing this work. There is enough for everyone. There is enough for everyone. There is plenty. The world is abundant. There is enough for everybody. There's enough for everybody. That is your mantra. I answer the yostaku, but a separate tosh to costa balesta carasteto stapaletki, yapa hushta baretta carasso para barriet cristo what a manacaraste, shaparos what parati caraparotu parasita garetta carato what shit a manacarato was it kushed arada carasit parata carasita para good one barat because the puruku ability. My answer to the other, but Piambasu tarari and that soon that I am the cold shot at what by uncle and the so manapadasia cum that I can see and I can stay in a cool. Yamaya so hey ho Kiliania bo sai bo tai kianaku Ye o miando su he yendo ko bai siku see Iki. Baki ando su. Baki ando su. Shanaki. Miasu. Baya ke ana malaso. We are my boss and any aqua say about a suit water get a stay to go out there, mitigate to go. Supper could stay and a crasta to what is stuck part to go to animal. Sono 4 che stiano con stay che det är cool. Just clearing the blockages to receiving. So your new mantra for this next stage is it's okay to receive, it is safe to receive, it is okay to receive, it is safe to receive, it is okay to receive, it is safe to receive. Receiving causes no hardship, receiving causes no pain, receiving causes no suffering. Shasta Korea got it to Kosta Takara Sentakada Otakada Istakada Otakada Istak it Urgustic at the good Ustakada Idigus to Quatka Stenaki. Product Sundak it the Casota Kurtak at the Estak Ust Ut Ist it ist Article Ust, but it ist about the Atamanakas Atakashi and Barakasut Quatsian Kutu. No one has to suffer for you to have. No one has to suffer for you to have. No one has to suffer for you to have. You are not taking from anyone else. Everyone is worthy of abundance. Shaman and my son, the Christian, the what's is the Kurist, the Karata, Karasin, the Karata, the Managari, Amanagas, the Karamanaga, the way, Managasin, the Managata, no one get a Managasin, get a Managasin, the Managasin, get a what, get a what, get a Managata. Each and every one of you can have, each and every one of you can be happy together. Shaman is to get in, Managas, the Managasul white, get in, the Gloria, Managaka, and the Gloria, Managasin, get a election, the Manas, the what, there you go. No one has to give up their dreams. No one has to sacrifice, no one has to go without. And this can be achieved by being together. There's no need for separation and conflict. Everyone can be happy together. Everyone can be happy together. The family can be in harmony. The world can be in harmony. There is a timeline. There is such a place that exists. Ian Bakariya Sata Grastemako. With the guidance of higher self, this is not an energy of everybody can just do what the fuck they want. If you understand the difference in that energy, it's about everybody can be happy, everyone can manifest what they need to be happy, without the conflict, without the struggle, without the competition, but still the need for teamwork and cooperation and co-creation, moving from I consciousness to we consciousness, moving from service to self to service to other. But because of the way service to other works, everybody's needs are met fully within that community. Upgrading the family dynamic to the new earth family dynamic. This has just come in at the end of the transmission. I wasn't expecting it, but I have to address what's in the field. And a forgiveness from the powers that appear to be suppressing the families. A forgiveness of the greed, a forgiveness of the corporations, a forgiveness of the corrupt systems, a forgiveness of those things that have placed immense pressure on the family unit, that have almost broken the family unit. The forgiveness to those in power that have abused that power. The forgiveness of what they've done to the family unit through time. Letting go of that hatred, that resentment, that anger, that bitterness, that pain and anguish for those at the top that have caused so much suffering for those at the bottom. The oppression and the suffering of the poor. And releasing, letting go of that anger, that hatred, that resentment. See it like a bottle of poison being tipped down a drain. It's not your poison to carry, it's only serving to poison you. It's like being shown a big old-fashioned bottle of like jet black ink poison being poured down a cobble street drain. Just pour that poison away. Let it leave the system. Pouring all that poison, all that resentment, all that bitterness, all that anger, all that hatred, all that rage at the system, the oligarchy, the monopoly, the suppression, the oppression. Leaving the system. See all that black poison pouring away, going down the drain, leaving the system, going down the drain, returning to Mother Earth for alchemisation and transmutation into light. Poison, all that hatred, all that bitterness, all that toxicity that's built up in the bloodlines. Let it all go now. Now see, feel that bottle of poison is empty, it's gone. See a crystal clear bottle, an empty bottle. And now see a liquid crystalline, exuberant white crystalline liquid light fill that bottle. Raise your hand and drink that crystalline, liquid, fifth dimensional, higher dimensional, new earth energies. And as it goes down your throat, warming every cell and every organ of your body, see that abundance, that crystalline, pure white light, warm liquid energy radiating, coursing through your blood, reaching now, all the light absorbing every organ of your body, that light, that crystalline energy. That crystalline liquid flowing through all your veins, reaching every organ, seeing all your organs, your liver, your pancreas, your intestines, your heart, your kidneys, your spleen, your thymus, your heart, your brain, your eyes, your skin, your air, everything filling, being rejuvenated by this crystalline liquid light of abundance and new earth. replacing old paradigms, old systems, old ways of behaviour, old systems, old paradigms. See it all being replaced, upgraded. See this as your new crystalline template. See it merging with your DNA, being embodied into you, so that even when you come to pass, that these epigenetics are passed on to your children and their children. See now the generations going forward will be having that imprint put in them. Their DNA has been forever altered from this point, from this transmission. For love, for light, for abundance, for cooperation, for new earth technologies to come through. The time of plenty, the time of abundance, the time of the whole of humanity in the love and the light, happy and connected, all as one. I know it is, and so it is, and so shall it be. So thank you for being here with me in this space. Thank you to all your parts, all your ancestors. Sending you all as much love, light and blessings as I can in this moment. Sending you all that love and blessing. And go forward in your day, go forward in your night, whatever time zone you're on, filled with this new crystalline, upgraded template. Sending you all many blessings.